John Cruz, who redid The Joker Man, which was written by Bob Dylan. Bob Dylan, that's a real good song by Bob Dylan. In 1980, he was still had that 60s style where he wrote in very poetic fashion, and there was still a lot left. He still had a lot left there at 40 with that song. But anyway, in that song, John Cruz does it acoustical. He's sitting there playing his guitar, singing the microphone, and he does a beautiful job with it. But at the end, he goes, "Joker Man," he says, "the joke's on you." And to an extent, I think the joke's on us. It's on me. Because the reason I say that is because it's just becoming apparent to me, the way all this stuff is winding down, that these people are all in cahoots, that the Democrats, the Republicans, Trump, they're all in on this together as far as I'm concerned. And this is what we're going to have. So if you're happy with the situation, then you should be happy if you're doing okay. Like me, I deliver food to people from Walmart. Walmart, they were certainly in the room when all this pandemic planning and all this stuff was being made. They're certainly a key player. Walmart is getting their food funded. They're paying for it with straight out of the government's, the Federal Reserve's check, which is unlimited. All they do is every month the Federal Reserve has a payment that is made to people on their food stamp cards, and they buy my food. And they're all scared to death, or they can't get out of the house. They're not active people, so I take them their food. So I don't see any point in me. My deal is good. I deliver food. All I need to do, my only situation is to keep my car going good. So I went and had my car looked at yesterday. The brake pads need to be replaced. And I need my I need new tires. So there's $740 done. Gone. Right there. Brake pads and anything else. So, but my problem is now, simple problem, all right? Because problems have solutions. Like there is no solution that isn't a problem that I'm going to die, because there's no solution to that. I guess the solution is write a will, tell your kids you love, or make up with all the people you hate, all that bullshit. I'm not going into that, okay? But I'm just saying, you got me. So what we have, I was listening to Dr. Michael Hudson, who's a really smart guy, and he just said that how do we solve this problem? He said the problem with the pandemic, this is their solution. This is what they want. The rich people have never been richer. We have debt foisted on us. We can't do anything. So this is their solution. They've done it. They've succeeded. It's happened. So whatever. If I know a lot of people are very invested in this whole election, whether Mr. Trump or Mr. Biden wins, I don't see that there's going to be a whole lot of difference. I don't know whether, I know that Mr. Trump pulled us out of the Iran deal. The Iran where they had 5 countries. That was probably, on the face of it, Mr. Obama's greatest accomplishment was getting a deal with Russia and China and Iran and all those countries over there to sign up for that. And Trump pulled out of it. I think that was, I don't think that's right, him going over there to recognizing Jerusalem and all that stuff. But overall, all the parties involved, both the Republicans and Democrats, want to control that area of land, Eurasia, and they want to keep the Middle East destabilized, and they want to keep those people that live there fighting amongst themselves so they can dominate and get what they want. So they may have different strategies. They may differ about the strategy. It's like if you're the University of Alabama, you want to win a game, and if you get a coach that likes to run the ball all the time and you think you ought to throw the ball, yeah, you're going to get upset. You might get even more upset than other people who don't even, who might be mildly football fans and hate Alabama. That you may not be as upset as they are, because they may be happy that Alabama screwed up from their standpoint. Okay? So that's where we're at. These guys are going to keep this the way it is, and the only thing we need to look for is how long whatever they're doing is going to cause so much problems that they're going to have to try to fix it. So To me, the young people all seem to like their video games. They like their life. They don't seem to be wanting to have a house and own things. And they let them manage their debt where they can handle it. Most of the stores and most of the private businesses are hurting. I guess a lot of them were smart enough not to go in debt. They may be able to do it. But yeah, I don't know how all this is going to play out. But right now, for my position, it's fine. I have a way to work. Most of the people I love are hooked up somewhere. They're in somewhere on that food chain of, the big banks, the large corporations. If you're some way associated with the big banks and the large corporations, and you're feeding off their tit, you're going to be okay. If you're not, if you're out here on the periphery, or, unless you have your own land, your own this, and you could pay your taxes and so forth, I think you're fine. The people out there in the other world, it's also a question of how bad their country gets, where they're going to have fomentation, and they're going to have weapons, and they're going to have problems. I don't know. The Europeans, that's really the problem, because it's like Italy is analogous to Illinois. All right, Illinois cannot afford to pay their pensions and so forth, and they can't print their own money. So Italy is just like that. They don't print their own money. It's tied in with the euro. So that's a mess over there. So whether that's going to be such a mess, it's going to screw everything up, I don't know. Because this whole thing about the deficit, Sarah Kelton, MMT professor, I saw that this morning. She explained it. She said it's like if you're at a baseball game and your team keeps making points on the thing, you're not going to run out of points. You're not going to run out of money. As long as people accept this money, and they're going to keep accepting dollars till there's a replacement. So when the renminbi, or when the renminbi or the yuan, or whatever they want to call that, when they dominate the world and everybody trades in that, then that could be a problem. But right now, I don't see this for any foreseeable future. So that's how I see things.